This is a very large investigation, but it began earlier this afternoon on Georgetown Road around 71st Street, where an officer saw an individual that he suspected of criminal conduct. He was trying to stop this individual. A passenger bailed out of the car. A pursuit ensued. At that point, early in the pursuit, he started firing at our officers with, we believe, a handgun. The pursuit continued from that area to right here on Rural and Newton, where it was terminated. Our officers engaged in a firefight at that time with the suspect, is the information we're getting at this time. The individual is dead. We have 2 officers injured, one with very minor injuries and one at the hospital now in x-ray with a shot to the lower extremities, but we believe he is in stable condition. I do want to point out a couple of things. This was a very long pursuit. We had numerous officers involved, not in the pursuit itself, but trying to block intersections, provide safety for our residents, put out spike strips. They did a lot to mitigate the risk. As a result, no citizens were injured. And as I said, we have 2 officers injured, 1 suspect that is deceased at this time. I also want to thank the Marion County Sheriff's Office and their leader, Sheriff Layton, for helping us backfill some positions within the police department this time, and also the Indiana State Police under the leadership of Superintendent Carter. They have helped us. We have probably over 20 officers involved at this time, either in the shooting or witnessing this event, and we have to talk to each one of them, and we certainly couldn't continue to keep our patrols up at an adequate level without their assistance.
Chief, can you describe for me how this went down at the end?
We don't know the details yet. We have to talk to all the individuals that witnessed and were involved. We will get that information to you later, but what I can tell you, it was terminated there by gunfire. The suspect, we believe, died as a result of that gunfire.
2 officers were shot? Both officers?
No, 2 officers were injured. One was physically injured. I don't believe he was shot. Got physically injured sometime during the pursuit. And then we have a individual that was shot in the hospital now. Last I heard was in x-ray. I'm going to leave here and go check with him in a moment, but I've been told he is stable, is expected to make a full recovery, but let's not forget he's shot, and we're going to have to wait until we hear more from the doctors.
Do you guys have in custody that person who bailed out of the car?
I believe we have that individual, and we'll be questioning that individual along with everything else. And I do need to say, this pursuit went for some time. There is a very good possibility that there's someone or some individuals that saw this shooting take place, the officers being shot at. We have a couple cars we believe that were damaged by gunfire. If anyone saw anything, please give us a call at the police department. We need to have someone talk to you to make sure that we can piece this together. This started in Northwest District and then here ended in the East District.
What do you know about your suspect?
Don't know a whole lot right now. We'll be looking at that later. We have the individuals on scene now to process that, and the coroner's on scene. We'll know more later. As soon as we get additional information, we'll be filling you in later on tonight, and then we'll also have some more updates. I believe that the president of FOP had a few words he'd like to share.
Chief, one quick question before you go. You said the initial weapon was a handgun, but was an assault rifle ever used in this?
At this point, we are not sure, but right now we do know that there was a handgun that was utilized. We're waiting to see if there's any other weapons. That's the initial information we're getting. Remember, everything I'm giving you is preliminary information. We still have a long way to go on this, so if we find out that some things that we heard early on were incorrect, we'll tell you. But right now it looks like a handgun. We're not sure about the rifle. We're still investigating that. We still have to wait for the scene to be processed before we get in the car. And let's not forget this. We have 1,600, approximately 50 officers within IMPD. On an average year, 700 officers are assaulted. We're seeing more and more assaults take place at the hand of individuals with weapons. That's a concern to us. This is the second shooting we've had in a few days. The earlier one was an officer that was trying to save a life of an individual and was shot. He did save that life, but unfortunately was shot. Our officers are still working hard. If you saw some of the actions tonight, they did everything they could to mitigate the risk to the citizens of this great city. I'm very proud of their efforts. We'll have more information and make it available to the public as soon as it's available to us. Thank you.